letters to the editor.
Oh, okay.
They actually advertise for people to sit on their editorial board. It says,
Okay.
hey, if you've got some time you want to spend, send in your name and a little resume. Send your name in, get your resume in there, and go in there and say what you're saying right now. See how that works out.
Fair enough.
And we'll see what, you know.
See where that goes.
Yeah, help us out.
But why don't, since he's on that subject, why don't us as a council, draft
Pass
a
a-
letter and
a
ask
letter?
and
There
send
you
it
go.
over to them? If all
All right.
5 of us are in agreement,
Yeah.
as well as these folks sitting here tonight, anybody against that, raise your hand.
Well,
So
now
we've got, we've got a ton of people.
We're gonna vote on it right here.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I don't think anybody
you
would
know.
argue with that, so if we drafted a letter and we think that we have community support, then,
What do you guys say? You guys are all, like, can't hurt? I know it's been an issue kicked around with them quite a bit, they might use it for fire tinder or whatever, but, it can't hurt, so,
Well, I'll threaten my
You know.
subscription.
yeah.
I'll
all right.
threaten my subscription.
Steve, send them a
See
letter.
if we can even put, Mount Holly Courthouse.
Mount Holly Courthouse.
Or something.
County.
County.
I'm not good at that. You're doing good, What do you got?
Okay, last one. I'm interested in starting a canoe rental business in the town of Mount Holly. I just wanted to, I'm gonna be at the Main Street meeting on Friday and present, a little
Oh, I thought you were
presentation
gonna
to
ask me
them.
for money here.
Nah, I don't want no money. Actually, I want one of the township's vacant buildings if they are available that are sitting there, or I would like to discuss with you guys on somehow, if I make the site mobile, to be able to bring the canoes to the dam site on the weekends and rent from the area of the dam site. Can't seem to find any place above the dam to set up a canoe rental place. Everything's below the dam. Okay, you try canoeing below the dam, when you go down, it's great. When you try coming back to Mount Holly, you gotta really earn it with a canoe.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it would be great for the town to bring that kind of business back into the town. And I think it would bring a lot of people into the town and stuff. To be honest with you, what I'm looking for is the piece of land right above the dam on the right-hand side, if you're looking below the dam. Just to bring it in where they have the, I don't know if you're familiar with where the launch is now, right in that area, just to bring 20, 30 canoes in there. And
Well, thankfully, we're not a real estate business.
understand, but it is township owned land, I did check.
At least not quite. But it is township land, huh?
Yes.
That's interesting. Well, we have Josh
Yes, I just spoke with Josh, I'm gonna be with
that
him
does the
before
UEZ for
Friday.
us and the community development director, so he would be the guy to talk to. And, certainly, I don't know, the rest of you guys want to, get in on this, but, this council is, definitely looking for business to open up, do well in our town, be a good neighbor to the town. So, I would vote for,
Okay, fair enough.
vote for what you have there, but,
Well, at Friday at the Main Street meeting, I'm gonna do a presentation on what I wanna do. The problem is the 3 L's, location, location, location right now, and finding a suitable place to set up. There was a couple buildings in town I looked at, but that really doesn't solve the problem of getting people from spot A to spot B.
the creek, everyone's on board with the creek being, a big piece of the town that's been unutilized for, decades, so.
Yes.
Firing that baby up would be,
Yeah, I think I can bring a couple
definitely
hundred people.
a plus, no matter how you look at it, but,
Yeah,
we've gone long. So, you
Yeah.
want to talk to Josh?
Fair enough.
You put it out there. Thanks for your time today.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, same side, the next row. Okay, so no one in the back row? Back row? No one in the back row? Move over to my left, your right, first row. Hey, Lewis.
Good evening, Council. Want to thank everybody who attended to the Fire and Ice Festival. I was there bright and early. I took some pictures and videos. And want to thank Mr. Mayor for clarifying who is Rebecca or Harris. Thanks for clarifying again. Second question is the planning board was last week, right?
I'm not on it any longer, and it was, the planning board meeting was last Tuesday, right?
Yes.
I wonder if I can ask you, they discuss the expansion to McDonald's?
Anybody have an answer for him?
Did they just, what's that?
They said, do I have a McDonald's agenda on January? Have they talked about
It
it?
was discussed, and yes, it was passed, and they're moving forward with the reconstruction of the McDonald's out on Route 38.
Okay, thank you for clarifying, Mr. Dalton. Uh, who's who's still control of both Mahali site?
You talking the websites now?
Yeah,
What are you talking
website.
about here?
Who control both?
The IT committee?
Right
What's
now,
going on?
the township itself has control over the website.
Both of them,
All
right?
The employees have the access to the site.
And the status of the G warehouse, nothing. Uh, the G warehouse.
The Gazelle warehouse,
Yeah. Uh,
status is the same.
it's the same.
It's for sale now, it's on
That's
the
cool.
market.
It's for sale,
That's it?
back in the
Yeah,
market.
5 something.
Did you hear what?
Yeah, can you
It's for
repeat?
sale now, 5 something, 5 and some change, I don't know the exact number.
Can we see any new cases of has the Mahali seen any new cases of the flu or shingle cases?
We haven't gotten any specific health advisors from the county health department in our area. There's been some county-wide things, but nothing specifically that Mount Holly has, X number of cases above the average, and the health department would notify us. And we've gotten no notification of that.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You know, anyone else in that row? Next row back. Randy.
Randy Roswell, 33 Union Street. I guess as I second official meeting from the new council that's been sworn in, and really the second time that I've really listened to your additional part of the beginning of the agenda with the prayer meeting, and I take objection to that, having a prayer as part of the official agenda. It does have a very Christian flavor to it, and being not of the Christian faith, it really offends me. And I think it's really important to maintain the separation between church and state. Having a moment of silence, a moment of reflection where anyone can reflect in their own faith, I think is the appropriate way to go. I mean, there's a lot of people who aren't Christian. I mean, maybe the majority of people here are and don't take offense to it. But there's people who are Jewish, people who are Hindu, people who are Buddhist, there's atheists, agnostics, a lot of other different faiths and religion. And I totally think it's inappropriate to have that as part of the meeting. Thank you.
Anyone want to comment? My comment would simply be that, the Pledge of Allegiance has, under God.
And that was
We
added in
have,
1954.
we take our oath with a Bible in our hand, and you have the option of sitting, and this wouldn't be the only government body in this county that has a prayer that's,
But it's not in the denominational. If it's non-denominational, I would have no problem with it. It has the word Father in it. It is not non-denominational.
I'll take that into account.
Since we're discussing it, I mean,
Yeah.
not that I'm holding a position other than a respectful one. I'm a Christian, and I don't know how it wound up at our meetings without us voting on it as a council, unless it was done without my knowledge. So I was surprised the first time I heard it as well. Being of the Christian faith, I wasn't upset by it, but I can understand your comments, and respectfully, I think you are probably allowed to ask that and probably receive an answer. Since we're asking the question, I mean, was the 5 of us polled, because I wasn't, and did 3 out of the 5 agree to it, or is this something that just popped up overnight and without discussion? So since the question's out there, maybe it can be answered.
How many times did you hear, Mr. Gibson tell me that as mayor, he ran the meeting and that this is the way it is?
I don't remember,
Well,
I mean,
that's-
other
that-
than saying it to you,
Right.
so if you're telling me
So
that you're
as-
mayor
right,
and
as
you're
the
running the
As the
meeting,
mayor, I run this meeting, and as the mayor, it was under my purview, whatever the word is, to change the format of it and allow you to speak now or not, you know, whatever, you know, but we can discuss it, and that's what we're doing, and that's where it came from.
so,
I asked the
so,
manager to insert that as well as insert the second public portion piece. This meeting, basically, I asked Steve to change it into a format that I've seen successfully done elsewhere.
we're not talking about the format, I'm not discussing the format,
Right.
I'm saying that, I'm asking the question,
Sure.
so.
You just got the answer.
Okay,
You
so
got
it
the
is,
answer?
no, I did not get the answer.
I put it on the agenda.
Okay, you only.
Right.
So you didn't ask your fellow council members? Yes
Not-
or no
not
question?
Officially, you know.
Yes or no question?
No, I'll
Pretty
take, I'll
sure.
take, I'll take it as.
I can personally say I was never asked.
Okay. All right, so that's 2 out of 3, so maybe the other 2 agreed with you, or you just took it upon not to ask them.
Whatever,
Okay.
okay, the fact of the matter is, if you ask where it came from.
All right, well, I
And I
think
gave
you're
you the answer.
serving this public, not yourself.
That's
So
fine.
going forward, I would appreciate, and I'm going to voice my displeasure, that you're serving a township, not yourself. So if there's something that comes before this group
Right.
that involves procedure, that involves the 5 of us, that you clear it with the 5 of us. And I'm gonna make that very clear. Because if you insult our people, the people that we serve, on your own, that needs to be known. I don't care that it's there because I am of the Christian faith. They have a right to know where it came from. And that's why she asked the question. I'm glad she did. So if you have something that you want to insert that insults this community, they need to know that it's you who is insulting the community, not
So
the 5 of
You're
us.
saying that a prayer here at this meeting insults the community?
There were
That's
some,
your-
she
what
just
you're
said,
saying. No, but-
she just
but
said
that's
she
one-
was
That's one
insulted.
person
That's one,
okay.
that's one.
Make it 2,
There's 2,
3,
3,
4.
4. We might be close to 20% before the night's over.
Well,
So
how about
I'm
you?
just saying,
You don't have a
oh, I
problem.
voiced my opinion.
But do you have a problem with having prayer at this meeting?
I do, yes,
You do?
yes. I said I'm not offended by it, but it is a public meeting, not Rich Dow's meeting.
That's true.
So again,
But I-
if the 4 of you consulted without my opinion, and the 3 out of 5, because that's the rules here, 3 out of 5 said, hey, we're gonna have a prayer, then that should have been explained that we took the 5 of us and based on our rules and Roberts and all those things, that 3 out of 5 passed this, and that's how it took place. Then at least this public, the public would know that 3 out of 5 people wanted it, not 1, and then hopefully they should have, before we started the prayer, just said, hey, I apologize if this offends anybody, but from now on, I feel as though, in my faith, that I need the guidance that I'm asking for here tonight. And if it doesn't offend anybody, that's the direction we're gonna go.
All right, Dwayne.
And that's just me
All right.
saying it.
Thank you for your comments. Anyone else? No? Okay. Next person in the next row.